is the same thing every day. They come in, they do the same thing today as they did yesterday. Now I'm going to ask you the question that I almost asked you this morning, but I wanted to wait till this afternoon, so now I want to ask you. Who here wants to be the best? Raise your right hand. Yeah, I want you to look around. Up, put your hands back up. Look around, see if you see anybody in here, whether they have their right hand or their left hand, that wants to be the best. Okay, put your hands back down. You got the point, right? Everybody says they want to be the best. But here's where you determine the truth or the extent of that measurement. There's only one best. When you say you want to be the best, that means without peer. That means that nobody can perform like you do. Would you agree that that's the best? I mean, the best isn't like we're best buddies and all of us are bests. You know? We might be best buddies on Facebook or whatever, but hey, there's only one best. There's only one Super Bowl champion. There's only one champion of any kind of sporting event. There's only one best in everything. And everybody in here raised their hand. They want to be the best. Now, here's a question for you. This week, did you have a goal to do more than you did last week? You don't have to answer. It's a rhetorical question. How about the month before? How about 3 months before? How about 6 months before? You see, if you keep doing the same thing over and over every day, and you expect a different outcome, what did Albert Einstein say about that? He claimed that that might just be a symptom of insanity. So I'm not saying you're insane, don't take what I'm saying wrong. But if you want to be the best, you've got to have a plan. If you were ever involved in sports, I'll bet there's nobody here, if they were ever on a championship team, that at the end of the game, the coach said to the team, "Hey guys, see you next game." And they're like, "Yay, we're going to be the best." And I bet there's not one coach that said, "Our goal this year is to be one from the bottom." And everybody went, "Yay!" Unless you were at the bottom for the last 10 years, of course. But anyway, you know, the goals aren't built on mediocrity. They're not built on anything except being the best. And you all want to be the best. That's hard work. That requires commitment that no one else is willing to make. That requires a plan. When you were in sports, you had a coach. The coach helped you craft a plan. Or if you worked for yourself, or if you had a personal trainer, does your personal trainer help you create a plan? Yes! That's how you get success. You don't just take a pill and one day you're successful. Unless it's a drug that's a heavy stimulant and it really fools you to think all kinds of things that you don't normally think. And I hope you don't take those kinds of drugs. Success is about a plan. The Navy SEALs say, plan your dive, dive your plan. Then you don't get into trouble. You want to be the best? Create a plan and attack your plan. Famous coach in Tennessee many years ago, if you don't like Tennessee, sorry, that's where I went to school. Johnny Majors said to his players to inspire them only 3 words, and they weren't "I love you." And they weren't nasty either. He said, attack, attack, attack. You want to change these people's lives? You've got to do it overtly. You've got to have a strong plan. You've got to have a strong desire to change their lives. You can't just keep doing what you're doing and expect a different outcome. That's just not rational if you really want to be the best. Okay, now, who wants to be the best? Raise your hand. There's a little slower in raising and a couple less. But that's the truth and the issue. If you want to be the best, it doesn't just happen. And it's always cool to say, yes, I want to be the best, so we all are a team and all that kind of stuff. Now, here's my next question for you. If you think you're a great team, raise your right hand right now. Okay, there's a different blending there. But a great team is a team that works together, supports each other, and always, always is there to help the other person. Always together. Always striving to become the best. Now, if you have departments that don't even interact, how can you help each other? And I don't know if you do and I don't know if you don't. I'm just saying, in my experience in fitness and medical fitness, I've found that there's a tremendous separation in most departments. Were you going to say something? Oh, maybe fix your glass. I just saw some on my hand move. Okay. But you want to be a team, you got to be a team. You can't just say, see you next week. Now, if you were ever on a team, did you have a coach? Uh-huh. Yeah, you had a coach. Did you practice?
Yes.
Yes, you practice. Why? I mean, come on. You want to be the best, you got to practice. Someone has to teach you what to practice, and then you practice. That's how you begin to build the foundation for maximum success. You got to understand the coaching relationship. Your department head is your department's coach. Your club manager is the club coach. You've got coaches at all different levels. You are directly responsible for the people in your department if you're a department head. You're their coach. They'll pick up on you one way or the other, whether you're positive or whether you're negative. I'm not saying anybody in here is negative. I'm just giving you the truth and performance dynamics. They will pick up on you, your behaviors, what you say, what you do, how your body language carries in anything that you're presenting to them. So if you want to be the best, you've got to really think about these things. Human performance dynamics in business are just as important as they are in sports. You have to inspire people. You have to lead people. You have to motivate people. What motivates people? Who knows? Everybody's motivated differently, aren't they? Well, what you have to do is take an interest in your team and find out what motivates them, so that you can help them on a daily, monthly, weekly, well, weekly comes before monthly, annual basis, to keep inspiring them, to keep motivating them, not let them get to what most businesses do, into that plane of standardized performance where nothing ever changes. Because once you get there, it's hard to go up, it's easy to go down. You got to coach them up. You got to motivate them. You got to help them check their own attitudes, thoughts, and actions. How do they compare to your goal? If your goal is to create the best year ever, are everybody's actions in keeping with that goal? Even though they'll say, we're all about that. We say, is everybody on board? Woohoo! Yay, yay, yay! Everybody says, cerebrally, they're on board. But where is the revelation? The revelation is in their actions, and their attitudes, and what they do. So that sounds heavy, but to lead into this afternoon, there's no other way to do it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not responsible for whether you create your best year ever. I can be a helpful coach, but I'm not your primary coach. I can give you ideas, I can give you thoughts, but it's up to you guys to make it happen. Every team I've ever worked with, I've always given them the credit, because they did it. But they listened, and they took what was said, and they turned it into victory. That little club down in Mississippi, that might not sound like such a big thing. Well, a little tiny club in a downtown area that everybody looks down on beats up on a gigantic, beautiful club with a huge staff. You got to know it's all about team. It had nothing to do with them getting $100,000 worth of new equipment. It had nothing to do with them getting new staff. It was them. They did it. They said, this is our time, we're going to make it happen. And the big club said, no, you're not, cerebrally. As the little club said, passionately, yes, we are. And yes, they did. Because passion will trump cerebral thought process every day of the week. You can project something that means nothing. It looks beautiful, but it's a mirage if you're not striving for maximum performance. If you're not striving every day for you to improve, for your team to improve, for the club to improve, for you to really realize maximum success.
Close up from love, I didn't need the pain. Once or twice was enough, and it was all in vain. Time starts to pass before you know it, you're frozen.